Alright, now we got Bevvys and Vortexers, not to be confused with Vortex, that is playing with Hen. Vortexers is a very different person. There's also a Vortexia, so there's three just versions of Vortex. Nonetheless, these guys are playing super well as of late. They just won the most recent Elite Cup on the European region, and on top of that, we can see they're landing right outside Chonkers. So this is a team that could give like a Booga and Miro some trouble here at Chonkers, or vice versa. They could have trouble with a Booga and Miro. We know how off-spawn stuff goes, and we'll have to see how it plays out here. As these guys definitely have looked to take some of this area away, and will look to do this during the Invitational. Booga and Miro will get the Hellfire Nebs area. Bevvys Vortexers will get all this. And the way they split this, there is some vulnerability there if Hellfire and Nebs look to make a quick little play on them. But it looks like Vortexers and Bevvys are keen and aware of what's going on. Now, this is going to be a hard spot to play out of, if I'm being frank, because just this area, to me, is not enough loot. And we do see they're getting a little greedy here. Bevvys is being chased. They went down to try and get the metal down below with all the cars. And Nebs and Hellfire are like, bro, this guy's a solo. Like, let's chase him. And this is a good learning experience for Bevvys and Vortexers, because you cannot be that split as we head into the Invitational. Again, we talked about it with the SETI Cami piece. Teams will take advantage of it. These guys are playing super aggro, though. Hellfire and Nebs are like, I don't necessarily want that. Bevvy's like, all right, cool. You guys backing off. I'll take it. Let's just all get out of here. We could fight this another day. But they do wind up getting the drop, and oh my goodness, do they have a lot of freaking splashes. What? Okay. That's, yeah. That is what it is. And not only that, but they've pushed Nebs and Hellfire out. I don't know if pushed, but Nebs and Hellfire have left. Now they can claim whatever's left over. And for them, the big important piece is going to be all this extra metal. They are getting shot at. Where is that from? Oh, that's a NOS all the way over here. But all this extra metal, they're going to need this. Based on their loot path, they're not going to be able to get enough metal if they don't go in here. So this will be important for them to make these plays to get in here and actually get some metal, get some loot. Because just landing this right side makes me nervous that they're not going to be able to have enough loot. We see zone pulling down to the south here. We're getting like a rocky zone. These guys need to be hitting their shots. But luckily, the same fight that goes on in condos, they're going to be able to third party, because it's all EU players. That's Malibuka's team, that's Tayson's team, that's Aqua's team. All three of them are allegedly landing there. Oh, dude, the aim. And these guys aren't going to have the, let's see, the luxury of using Evochromes based on where they're landing and how much loot they get. They're just not going to have enough AR ammo to be able to use that. We see they're both under 200 already, and that's just a start. So we can only imagine what's going to happen fairly regularly with this. It's going to be about the same amount of ammo, and this is even being able to steal some loot from inside Chonkers. So they somehow see this team coming. I don't know. Again, though, but this is making me nervous. Bevvys is all by himself. He's able to put some shots on. See Vortexers just not even phased, just looking straight, trying to help his boy. Eventually, Bevvys must have been like, dude, this is too much. They're on me. What? Did they just quick dead them? We're watching this again. That is not a good look if they just got 2v1'd right there. I mean, he does the right thing, makes some space here. FS double. He gets sniped by somebody? It's not a full 2v1. Looks like he gets sniped by somebody else, but nonetheless, Vortexers is there. Go clean him up. Yeah, it looks like Nebs got the snipe. You see that in the feed. Okay, that's what happened there. I'm like, dude, did he just quick little 2v1? Nah, quite the opposite, actually. And now they're chilling on all this mats. They got the loot. They got no reason to really do anything. We see zone moving. They're going to throw some heals. They want to get up further in, get themselves in a better spot here. Let's move that out so we can actually see what's going on. And now we're just chilling Storm Surge game. You guys know. We've all been at this part. We're just shooting at people. Everyone's trying to make their rotates in. Would have liked to see these guys try and get a little deeper in this zone. Definitely could have if they moved quickly, but I also understand wanting to go on this area where you have increased elevation and vision. So I get it. And zone pulls. They're going to go immediately. Spend some mats, get themselves in zone, and boom, they're chilling. Oh, nice little spray and snipe. Love to see that. That's some old school stuff, but it still works, right? The old stuff still is pretty good, just like me. All right, now they're on edge, and we've seen this a lot of edge teams here. This is Europe, so most teams are going to play edge. Less balance within the lobby than some other regions. It'll be interesting to see how they all play out. By the way, we're doing 2 VODs a day. I don't know if I said this in the last one. This is probably the second one on the day. So 2 VODs a day to get through every team. Although there are a couple of teams, so some teams I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get to is Rapid and Andalex. We got Rapid playing with Helon, but not with Andalex. Bleed and Kanata, I don't know how they're ever playing together. Alice is now playing with Threats and not Wixie, who we voted earlier. Rex and Falconer don't even look like they're playing the game. And then we got Basil and Jaith, who are playing the game, are both doing well on OCE, but playing with different duos. So I don't know how any of that's working. Just wanted to throw that out there before we dove into the rest of this, because they were just chilling for a second. That's the tough rotate. We see it's going to be pretty costly both on mats and heals, but sometimes you just got to make these, and we see instead, this is a good play, right? So Bevvys like, okay, how many mats, how many heals is it going to take me if we just continue to try and power through this? And those are the equations you have to do in your head. It wasn't worth it. For them, they're like, nah, we have 2 pads, might as well use 1, throw it down, let's move on, right? You want to save those mats, you want to save those heals. And even if you have a bunch, it's not always necessarily worth it to spend them. Sometimes it's just going to be better off to hit a pad, and they're in a much better position than where they would be. And I'll talk about exactly, like, they would just be down here buried in all this chaos with everyone else, right? They would have been stuck getting in and not really been in a good position. But now they're on the dead side of this 5th zone, going to be able to play much more freely from this position. So I like that move, just a bunch of ways. Also, Bevvys pops off. Look at that. Look at the feed. What are we about to watch? What are we about to see this man do? Is this legal? All right, now zone pulls through the side that started in Storm. So these guys are going to all go through this open area. I can't do that because then we can't see anything. Nonetheless, I think these guys will probably just pad. They are like one of the closer teams to zone. So you just chill, wait, hit some shots, and then launch pad. And we can see they're just looking up, trying to figure out where everybody is. Players are starting to move, so there's the other pad that's going to come out. Let's slow this back down. They get themselves onto that mid ground. Vortexers dealing with some damage, but smartly moves himself down. Although I would like a little better comms. Probably more of a panic than lack of comms, so I don't want to really say anything, but you'd hope your teammate would just be, bro, I got you. Edited your back. You're chilling. Ooh, I like that downwards ramp. Get that little speed boost in with the slide. Okay, I see you. pre-edit play, not going to happen. They're pressuring that duo down below. And this is smart. They're going for edits and trying to make things happen before they run down low. It's pretty much the regular piece. I shouldn't say regular, but like the optimized play is once you get into these zones, like 6th, 7th, 8th, you have a couple of seconds to try and make a play, but don't overcommit. That's exactly what they did here. They get themselves ahead. Here's one they're going to find. Are they going to jump on that? I hope not. And they don't. That's really smart of them not to go and overcommit for those mats. They don't need it. And it probably would have been the death of them if they jumped into a layer they had no control over. Bevvys gets himself on the front side here. Boom. Another one. And this I don't necessarily mind because he's taking pieces, controlling everything. You have your teammate up above, knowing he's got your back here. And again, before they go and try and grab the loot, make sure you control everything around you. Really well played there. I think he probably screwed up on his heels because we definitely could add more, but that's irrelevant at this point. Hindsight's always 20/20, right? So these guys have played a great mid-ground layer. And we see they're always looking down. Interesting that they're always looking down, not up for plays. Maybe that's just where they feel more comfortable. I say that and then he drops someone down right away. But interesting that's exactly what's happening. And they're really good at not putting themselves too far behind on zone because a lot of teams get too aggressive and try and jump on refreshes, but these guys are always constantly like aware of, yeah, we are still going to have to rotate at some point. This is smart. Bevvys has 3 million splashes, so he's going to go into zone, spend those a little bit. Vortexers just chilling on the backside, waiting for an opportunity. How do they catch another guy? Kid Duo's about to just get fried here, is he not? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. I like it, an aggressive low ground play here at the end of 8th zone. This is a play to win the game. This is what a lot of players fail to do, is make a play for low ground or high ground at these opportune moments. So they know their loadout. It's a ton of splashes. That allows them to go in and claim all this space. And now they're the low ground team. That is huge. Little refresh here. Fighting on backside. Don't jump into that. Need to be way too careful on that. Nice little play by Vortexers to go get that refresh. Ooh. That's dangerous. So they went and claimed it, but they got a little too aggro here on all those elims, right? So they could have continued to claim this low ground, but instead now they're being forced to heal up and fight teams here for this position. Interesting. Too aggro for a second, but Zone also pulled back through that area, so they were going to have to fight this either way. Although I do think they could have just gone out around this side, like we see Pixie and Flodax did. Nonetheless, they wind up cleaning them up. And then here's where the chaos gets to them. Don't necessarily go in the same direction. And that causes Vortexer to go down here. So now it's up to Bevvys. Oh, gotta hit those. Duo just got put in the blender. Thanks, Chief. Dude, so many mats. Okay. Now your teammate's yelling at you. You got way too many mats. You're still playing ulti low. If you have a good teammate, they're yelling at you. This is a solo. You got to go for this guy and get this elim. See, Bevvys is going to cut him off, and he's just chilling. He's like, I'm going to reload my shotgun in your face. Bop you. Thank you, sir. Dude's nasty, dog. Now he's got a 2v1. Let's see what he's got. Okay. I see you, baby. Okay. These guys must have no builds. Cleans it up. Boom. Well played. Really like that duo. Their patience, their timing, their understanding of zone versus going for refreshes. Really well played. These guys are good. I like it. Maybe like that unnamed duo. Bevvys had 11. Psh, Bevvys had 11. What? All right. Thanks for watching. Peace. That was ridiculous.